and tea. The good morning light is here. It's time to start the day. Yeah, it's time to start the day. and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or host. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. And yes, we are going to rejoice and be glad in it. I am excited about another day, another opportunity to come and do a little talking, as I might say. Listen, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to tag somebody and tell them that it's Wisdom Wednesday and we're on already. They're running behind schedule today. God bless you. To our Dean, Mother Margaret Feaster, God bless you. Thank you for joining us this morning. I see some others are coming in, and we're just excited about what God is doing in this season. And yes, Brother G will be joining us shortly. But I just want to say to each and every one of you all, thank God for another opportunity to work within his kingdom. A lot of times we don't even realize how blessed we are because of the fact that we're looking at the now situation instead of looking at the future. Did I say something this morning? Listen, 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 listen. We don't have to think that we're exempt from life's problems. I think a lot of times what happens with us is that we get to a place where we think because of our walk with Christ, it makes us exempt from life's ups and downs. But I'm here to tell you on this 8th day of October 2025 that no, we're not exempt. Life happens to us the same as others, and as Pastor Greg would tell Pastor Sean, put some Bible on it. The Bible says that he reigns on the just as well as the unjust. So that does not make us exempt. And if you need an example, y'all already know where I'm going with this. Job is a prime example, minding his business, doing the Lord's work. And all of that happened to him. So let's not get discouraged. Let's not throw in the towel. Let's not get into our own little pity party of woe, it's me. But let us understand that this is just a part of life, and God allows us. What I found out, Mother Fisa, is that He will not put any more on us than we can bear. And what that simply means is that once you no longer can carry it, that's where He comes in and scoops it up. We just got to do our part, and that is to stay in the will of God. And that does not mean that that you're living a perfect life, even though that's what we should be striving for. It does not necessarily mean that. What it does mean is that I am striving to live a perfect life. Is that all right? I'm doing my part. I'm doing the best that I know how. I'm not sitting back and doing a lot of complaining and murmuring, but I understand this much, that if God allowed me to be in it, He's going to allow me to get out of it. Hello, somebody. And that's where I am. And that's what I'm always trying to now encourage people and tell them that this thing is bigger than us. And I was listening or reading some things this morning in regards to my son, and I was trying to encourage him this morning to let him know that leaders lead. Amen, somebody. And what does that mean? That sometimes, trust me, when you're in leadership, and I know I'm talking to somebody or somebody's going to come back and see this, that sometimes when you're in leadership position, you almost out there on your own. What am I saying? That means that you got to pick up not only do your job, but sometimes you got to pick up the slack of others. And is it fair? Well, I mean, you look, you have to look at your job description on that. Amen, somebody. You got to look at where it says in that bottom line, the one that you kind of like passed over. You got to look at that line where it says as other duties assigned. I found myself that as I started elevating in ministry, that it didn't get easier, but guess what? Because I depend on God, it hasn't gotten harder. Now, how does that work? It didn't get easier, but it's not getting harder. That means, listen, I'm doing my part, and when you do your part, that means that sometimes it's a teachable moment, sometimes it's a working moment. You know what I'm saying? We sometimes we get, and I know I'm talking to somebody, or somebody's gonna hear this when they come back. Sometimes we get in a certain place in life. And once again, as I said earlier, we believe that we're exempt from the troubles, whether it's on the job, whether it's in the church, whether it's in your home or whatever. But the higher you go, I'm just convinced the higher you go, the more allows outside forces to come into your area of uh, what I want to say, of discouragement or whatever the case might be. What am I trying to tell you? That when you start elevating, you can rest assured. God bless you to our Elder Taylor. Tavares Taylor, God bless you, sir. Thank you for joining us this morning. And to Elder Allen, God bless you. But I was just sharing with him this morning, Elder Taylor, that as we start elevating, look for the enemy, look for him to start attacking. Simple as that. I mean, that's gonna happen. And here's the key. He can only do what God allows him to do. Did I am I trying to help you this morning? Yes, it might not look good right now. You might not understand it, but at the end of the day, as long as you stay in the will of God, and I've gotten to a place where now my prayer is, Elder Allen, to be in his perfect will. Does that mean that I'm perfect? No, it doesn't. But what it does mean is that every day that I wake up, my goal is to strive to do the right thing. And I think when we wake up with that attitude, when we wake up, we were sharing this on this past Monday about my favorite scripture, and y'all already know what it is. But when we really think about the day that the Lord made, he custom made it, hello, somebody, for each and every one of us. In other words, my day today was custom made for me. It does not mean that yours is wasn't custom made for you. Each one. That's the awesomeness of the God that we serve, that he knows what each and every one of us need. And so we just so glad for that. And let me bring him on in. Brother G is on. Good morning, G. Good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
What's going on?
All right, all right. I was just sharing with him, G, that sometimes in life, as we elevate, and man, you actually had this conversation on yesterday, last night, a matter of fact, that as we elevate in life, that more responsibilities come with that. It's no longer the 9 to 5. It's no longer the leaving when you want. It's no longer just saying today I don't feel like it. God bless you, Elder Fisher. But as we elevate, that means responsibilities come along with that. And the one to catch everybody, G, is this one. That bottom line that most people don't read, but it says, and as other duties assigned. Hello, somebody. You might look at your job and it might tell you you're gonna do A, B, and C, but trust me, it's a Z down at the bottom. It's a Y down at the bottom, saying that look, we're expecting more out of you than that. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good.
All right, all right. Look, we're not talking while you're on at the job today. That we remember these days where you was off on Wednesday, which allowed you to. So talk to me, G. How's that even going? Give us an update on what's going on in your world.
It's been fun. It's new, and like I was telling you on last night, it's a fun new.
Hmm.
Because I'm young. I got so many, hopefully, so many years ahead of me. Um, it's fun. All of this is new to me. The phone calls through during the day, meetings that I have to tend to. It kind of makes you feel real grown. You know, and it's fun. I'm kind
Say make you feel grown.
Yeah, so I'm kind of enjoying it a little bit. Uh I have noticed though that when you elevate, everything does change though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um the way you have to talk, the way your
Yes.
conversations have to be, everything changes. The way that now the people that you used to look at as a team member or a coworker, now that that relationship changes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's a big leap, especially when it's not something you foresee coming. This wasn't something that I had
Right.
planned coming, so I didn't really get time to get adjusted. But um the responsibility is a good word to use, but it's just a responsibility now of really, I I really got control over a lot of things. And not, I don't say that, cocky, I guess I don't say that with cockiness, but I do. I have a lot of responsibilities that I have to
Mm-hmm.
make
Mm-hmm.
sure that I got a lot of lines to dot, put it like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
I leave work every day. And
Mm-hmm.
that's totally different from when I was just a regular old mechanic, and I could just, as soon
Mm-hmm.
as it came a time, I could just leave. Now I find myself, even when it's time to leave or even when it's time to clock out, I find myself having to go on the computer to make sure there's no emails that I might have to send off, or
Mm-hmm.
sure
Mm-hmm.
nothing that would. But it's fun to me right now. Now,
Yes.
is it gonna continuously be fun to me? Who knows? Is it gonna be fun to me even in the foreseeable weeks? Who knows? But
Mm-hmm.
right now, that just, like I say, it just added something new to my life that it's fun, and that's how I'm looking at it right now. And then on top of it, I'm still kind of in the same industry that I was in the first place. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
now I'm just managing the industry that I was already,
A
you
part
know,
of. Yeah.
already a
Yeah.
part of. So it's really not that crazy, for real,
Yeah.
for real. But
Yeah.
like I said, and that's really, I don't have a better I don't have a better explanation,
No,
but
that's good. And
no,
and and
it's
and
fun.
and while you was talking, I was just thinking about if I could bring it over on the spiritual side a little bit. Is that how one of the words you said right now is fun, right now it's a new experience, right now some things in other words, you haven't had your real test yet. You know what I'm saying? You haven't had that disgruntled employee or customer that all of a sudden now you have to be able to one hold your cool because it's bigger than you now. You follow what I'm saying? And as you mature in age, here's the other saying that we know is the truth. You can't just get frustrated and say, "Well, I'll just walk off the job." Why? Because you're in a place now where, as you grow and as you mature, the responsibilities of having a stick to it attitude has to override everything else. And I say that even when it comes to being in ministry and being in church and being establishing a home life, a family, and all that, that there comes a time where the blinders are taken off. All the highs and all that become a reality, because life, the truth be told, G, life is not every day just peaches and cream. Every once in a while, you got to go through the valley. And here's the key to it, though, that while we're going through the valley, we know that we've got somebody. You and I have built such a great relationship, as I have with all of them. So it's not just, but it's you and I talking right now. To the fact that even when things sometimes you want another opinion. You already have your own idea of how you're going to handle it. But every once in a while, you'll reach out to me and ask me a question. And I thank God that He has given me the ability to have that type of relationship. What am I saying with this? And I'm going to give it back to you, is the fact that the same way that my relationship with you, it should be that same way with God. What am I saying? I'm saying that if I keep a open dialogue with Him, that when I have problems, I shouldn't have to go through no whole bunch of bells and whistles and woe is me and this, that, and the other. But I should be able to go to Him. Why? Because I've kept that line of communication open. And I would encourage you in this manner, that as you become more and more comfortable in your position, make sure that you never distance yourself away from your employees to the point that they don't feel that they can come to you with those type things, because now you become a counselor in some cases. Now you become the confident in some cases. Now you become the maybe in it, they might be older, but you become the one of, that's why we call this Wisdom Wednesday. You become the one that's using wisdom. Why? Because God has allowed you now to be in a position of leadership, and where leadership really shows its true color is when people are following you. And, I'm gonna give it to you, but this is the one last thing I want to say: that if you don't have anybody following you, you're not a leader. If you're not managing anybody, in other words, if you're the only one that's on the job, you're not managing anybody. So I don't care what title they give you, but the reality of it is that's not what you are. So I think that we have to always keep in mind that this thing is bigger than us. And let me see, your uncle says that now people depend on you to take care of those problems, and that's the truth. But I'm gonna give it back to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I just feel like I was destined for this, and not being a manager at wherever I'm at, but a leader. I'm a leader, and
Yeah.
a lot of times, or sometimes, as people, we try to like downplay ourselves because we feel like we being cocky, and
Mm-hmm.
I've never been like that though. So if anybody ever knows me, it's always been a battle of being humbly cocky, because as others would see me as being cocky, I always seen myself as, I always knew I was special. And I don't say that like I say cocky, I say
Mm-hmm.
that very humbly, but I knew I was special. I
Mm-hmm.
knew that I could attract the attention of masses. I knew that the first time I stepped inside of a classroom and noticed I was inside of a classroom. I noticed that the first time I was inside of a huddle and noticed that was a huddle on football. I noticed it the first time that I was in a church group, a bunch with around a bunch of other young kids. For
Mm-hmm.
whatever reason, people gravitated towards either my energy, my words, or just me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I've never fought that. I've never been one to try to fight that. I've always stepped into that. I've always been a leader. Have I always been a good leader? No, but I've always been a leader. And
Mm-hmm.
so now I'm just in the phase of learning how to be a good leader, learning how to be a leader that can lead people not only in the spiritual world, but in
Mm-hmm.
the real world. I
Mm-hmm.
want to, lead people not only economically and make them money, but I want to lead people and let them know that, God is the one. And
Mm-hmm.
I The reason why I'm the way I am now is because now I'm 27 years old. I've experienced quite a bit throughout my life. I've had drastic changes in my life over the last couple years, and now I'm in a place of I'm gonna let God do His part, and I'm gonna
Come
do
on
my.
now. Yes.
And
Yes.
and ever since I've lived and moved like that, I feel good. I feel good about myself. I work out when I can. I get it in. Um, yeah, I just feel good about myself. I feel good about my mental capacity right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Mm-hmm.
good all the way around, and it's all because I'm doing everything that I can do,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and everything that I can't do, I gave it to him, and I let
Yes.
it. I don't stress about it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
worry about it. And even getting this job, that has even helped settle me even more. That you do what you do, you do what you can do, you do what you can control, and let God handle everything else.
Yes.
Was doing the job applications, and then I would still be upset. But that's all that I could do. I can't do nothing more but apply for jobs and hope for a call.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I stopped doing that, I
Mm-hmm.
started getting calls, and I started, and I'm not saying instantly like that, and I'm not saying we gonna be the same person. So don't get me wrong. Just because
Mm-hmm.
it was that way for me doesn't mean it's gonna be that way for you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
through my experience, as soon as I decided to say, you know what, I'm chilling after, and you helped me with that. And
Mm-hmm.
you always say stuff about half glass, half full, and
Mm-hmm.
that is true. You have to be able to look at sides out of both sides of the spectrum. You
Mm-hmm.
can't look at stuff one sided, and if you look too close, you will never see the bigger picture. So it's like I just do what I can do, and what I can't do, I literally give it to him. And the reason
Yes.
why I feel confident and give it to him, because I feel like I'm doing not everything that I could be doing right, not the bad, not don't get me wrong, I'm not
Yeah.
doing everything, but
Yeah.
I know I'm doing close to the best that I could be doing, and I know I'm doing right by him. I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm not doing wrong. I know I'm not making his. I know I'm not. When I step outside the house, I know people can see God through me because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
out there cussing. I'm not out there being mean or
Mm-hmm.
spiteful. I'm being very uplifting. You could see that in me when I'm out in public. I notice that because when I'm dealing with customers and I'll say, have a blessed one or have a good day or anything I will say, and they could say, and I know you mean that, or they say, I could tell that you mean that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and people know vibes. People know if
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
saying them out the face or saying it
Mm-hmm.
just to say that's what the policy requires of you. So people could feel your energy, and
Yes.
I feel like I'm giving off real good energy right now. I feel like my aura is good right now, and I'm just like I said, I'm just in a good space. I did want to throw this out there before we got off though. I was
Okay.
I was reading something, and it really hit home because us as people, we no longer do that. And it was basically saying you can't love me how you want to love me if you love me.
Mm. That's good. Come on, man.
And I'll go deeper into it, but you can't love me how you want to love me and say you love me.
Uh-huh.
And that basically means
That's good.
you can't the love that I want,
Mm-hmm. Or need. Mm-hmm.
dictate the love that I want and need, and call it loving on me if that is not how I need it to be loved
That's
at that
good.
moment,
That's
how I
good.
want to be loved at that moment.
That's good.
You can exchange love for care. You
That's
cannot,
good.
you cannot, care for me how I want to care for me. You can't care for me how you want to care for me, and not how I want to be cared for.
Mm-hmm.
We have to
Mm-hmm.
get back into a spot of, if we really do love the next individual we say, if we really do care for the next individual we're talking about, then don't do stuff out of your own will. No, do stuff that they need. Do stuff
Mm. Come
that
on,
they
man. Yeah.
you love them. If you really love them, then love them how they want to be loved. It's that
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you can't do that, then obviously that means that y'all probably shouldn't be, friends. Y'all probably shouldn't be. And that's God's honest truth. Because
Mm-hmm.
that is
Mm-hmm.
real love. Real
Yeah.
love is loving the
Yeah.
person how they see love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody see love totally different. It's people
Mm-hmm.
that don't need that affectionate love and
Mm-hmm.
still feel the love. It's some people that need a hug every day.
Come on. Come
People,
on.
need just a kiss on the cheek every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
They need that. They
Yes.
really do need that to feel love. Like they
Mm-hmm.
really legit need that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't tell me that you love them if you know that and you don't do that. You can
Good
tell me that you
gracious.
care for them and you not caring for them how they see care.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got to get back into, if you love that person, love them how they see love.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
that next individual, love them how they see love.
Yeah.
We got to know how to be able to change the
That's good.
frequencies of our love,
Yes.
like
Yes. Yeah.
and care, careness. Like we it's like we all think that we got to operate on this even spectrum, or like I gotta give this person the same reciprocate. No, like everybody gets different. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
wants
Mm-hmm.
and feels and needs different type of love, different type of care, different type of attention. All
Mm-hmm.
everything. Everybody is different. And we gotta learn how to do, if that is who you want to be around.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what it boils down to. It boils down to your village.
Mm-hmm.
If you want your village to be your village and be the best village it can possibly be, then everybody got
That's
to be
good.
for of
Yeah.
loving the next individual how
Yeah.
they see love, not how you see
Yeah.
how your love.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't love them how you want to love them if that's not how they see love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not love.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that's not how they see love, then you're not loving on them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you can't consider yourself loving on them just because that's how you see love.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're
Yeah.
just doing a lot of actions.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing a lot of action, but that's not loving on them if that's not how they see love, And but
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to throw that out there real
That's
quick.
good. That's
Get
good.
back to, really, loving that person how they want to see love,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, man, I love it. I appreciate you as always coming on, and our inside joke is always. I tell people, I say all I got to do is prime them a little bit and get them started, and what's in them. I see Elder Allen said a spiritual leader in the marketplace, and that's one of the classes that Bishop is going to be having. I believe it's next Saturday, talking about the marketplace. A lot of times, G, we've gotten so caught up in this spiritual realm that we think everything has to be done inside the four walls. But everybody's not going to be behind the pulpit. Everybody's not going to be uh, um, within the church winning people to Christ. Sometimes it's going to be right there on your job that you can bring someone to Christ. And just listening to you, man, I'm so godly proud of you. And the truth to the matter is what's in a person is eventually going to come out. And so when you was talking about that love, if you don't have love in you, then it's not going to come out, because love cannot be faked. Hello,
Mm-mm.
somebody. It can't be like a on and off switch. Either you got it or you don't. And a lot of times we get to a place where we accept, hello, we accept. And I'm in a season now where I'm not accepting anything but what I give out. Did you hear what I
Mhm.
just said? And I know that I love. I love hard. So if I'm
Yeah.
loving hard, that's what I'm expecting back. And if you
Hmm.
can't, if you can't do that, just like you said, then you can't be a part of my village. And simple as
Yeah.
that. And here's the thing,
And it's
G, and
not
I know you
animosity. It's not animosity in
at
realizing.
all. At all. Nope, it's not that at all. And here's the key
I
to it.
know, I know we gotta go, and I'm not even trying to cut you
Yeah,
off,
go
but
ahead. Go ahead.
like I just want us to attack that real quick right now. Just because we come to a understanding that we aren't going to be in the same village, that does not mean it has to be animosity.
That
And that's
part.
another
Yes.
thing this world has tried to fake trick us into believing, and we gotta fight that too. Is the thinking,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not on my team, that means you my enemy.
Right.
No,
No, it doesn't
that
mean that.
and,
Exactly.
and I don't even want people to try to fake push that into sports and think that's a sports thing either. No,
Mm-hmm.
that's not. No, it's not. No, you're just on the other team.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
means my
Yeah.
enemy. You're just on another team.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah. And I do want to clear one thing up, G, that you said that you're not cocky and this, that, and the other. I beg to differ on that. You're cocky, and a lot of a lot of times, especially when I'm talking to your grandmother, your uncle is on here. If I hadn't seen you being born, I would say that you was Charlie Brown's child because you resemble him so much. I had the privilege of watching him in his heyday, and you definitely have the car blood in you. Amen. You're twirly, but you got the car blood in you. Listen, I love you all. G, once again, thank you so much for joining us this morning and dropping those nuggets off. And as I tell people all the time, sometimes all it takes is you
Oh,
looking at.
one more thing,
Okay,
and then we
okay,
can
go
really
ahead,
go.
go ahead, go
And
ahead.
this not nothing I'm really want to talk about,
Okay,
but we don't poke our chests out enough. And I just wanted to, sit back and just throw it out there that, you got two sons that's managers in life,
that's
black young
it. Yeah,
that are
yeah,
managers
yeah,
of establishments,
yeah, yeah,
in this year 2025,
yeah,
I want to throw
yeah,
that out there. You did very
yeah.
well.
Yeah,
You're black
well, when I
son,
look at when I look at the Fantastic Four as a whole, I've got your older
yeah,
sister's
and
getting ready to
to,
get her doctorate.
of course. I mean, they're
Yeah,
leading their
and
own
your other
example,
sister in college.
but
So I definitely don't take all the credit by no means. I give Lady Cheryl all the credit in the world because when I was out there hustling trying to make money, she was raising you all, and I can see now her in all and each and every one of y'all on not sometimes but on a daily basis. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you this morning. I love your conversation for us this morning. And as I was saying, Charlie said, "Yeah, he's mine." See, he's claiming you. Yeah, but I already know. I ain't tripping off of it. See, that's the other thing, and I know we got to go, G. But a lot of times we have to also understand that we don't raise this village wasn't created strictly by you or for you. Is created for us. And when we
for
understand that, when we
yeah,
truly understand that, then we can all grow
yeah,
together.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but look, we gotta go, man. We gotta go. We gotta go. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you all the comments. I was looking at the comments. Thank each and every one of you all. Don't forget, we'll be back on this coming Friday with Inspirational Friday. And as I always say, no, it's not your Sunday service. It's just your appetizer to get you to the right place at the right time. Listen, have a phenomenal day on purpose. And what we definitely want to let you know is that God loves you, and so do I. G, you my man. Have a wonderful day off. Chill. Do whatever you
Chilling.
so desire to do. Your aunt Angel said, "Love you, G." She popped in there.
Love you,
Uh, yeah, yeah. So we had some folks on here today, and we just continue to push what God is doing for us. This is our season, and we're going to claim it to the fullest. To everybody, have a phenomenal day. And as you walk by the mirror, look in the mirror and say, "Am I doing what God has called me to do?" God bless you, heaven smile upon you, and we will see you again on this coming Friday. God bless.